Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a special episode of Reptile News. I don't think I've done a video on Sunday in a long time, but this is a real special one. Tonight, we actually have as a guest host via Skype, sitting right next to you right there, the Reptile Living Room and Reptile Apartments own John F. Taylor. We're going to talk about a couple pretty important to us stories, at least, that have transpired over the last couple days, and I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the link in the description, and here we go. What do you think about what happened today with Blake Shelton? What are your real feelings about it?
My real feelings about it. You know, he could have saved himself a lot of heartache, and I do believe that his press people, whoever they might be, were the ones behind it.
Yeah.
I think he really possibly meant it as a joke, and but at the same time, being, for claiming to be an animal activist, he wouldn't make jokes of that nature. That's just bottom line.
I agree. I did believe that the Turtlegate thing was a little bit extreme, but at the same time, he did apologize and he did call himself ignorant. But that could have been because of his PR people too, like you said.
It just, I mean, he thought he could get away with it.
Oh, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. Yeah.
And once it came down to it, because he was really, really, really quiet today.
Extremely quiet after yesterday. I'm pretty surprised.
I don't follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I was viewing his page, and I keep viewing his page. Because if he steps out of line, damn Skippy, I'm gonna be right there up his ass again.
Exactly. So, I mean, are you happy with his apology, or do you think it needs to go further? Do you think he learned a lesson?
Happy with it? Not really. Am I okay with it? Yeah, I'm okay with it. Because there's so many other issues available for us to talk about, and the reason this one got so much attention is because of who said what. Exactly.
Yeah.
People every day talk about killing rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
We've talked about it. Well, everybody's talked about it.
And
thousands of pounds of rattlesnakes are slaughtered every year for entertainment.
Exactly.
Nobody gives a crap.
Oh no, I agree, and
I guarantee you, if Blake Shelton said something about it, everybody and their mother would be jumping all over it for his shit.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know how you can explain it, but the whole uproar about it. I mean, there was a lot of people involved in that.
Yeah.
More so than we normally have involved in community issues. And
yeah, totally.
That was kind of amazing, but the most important thing, and most important to a lot of people, what I wanted to know your take on is, did you have you seen the story about HSUS that's been floating around for an hour and a half or so now?
I saw it. I didn't read it. Okay, well, I've got it here now. A little reported ruling by a judge in the District of Columbia earlier this month. The HSUS is going to court to face charges under RICO statutes, which equate to racketeering, obstruction of justice, malicious prosecution, and other charges for a lawsuit brought and lost against Ringling Brothers Circus, parent company Feld Entertainment. Exactly,
and if you continue reading, you'll notice about the pushing their agenda for, anti-pet legislation and everything in there.
Right.
Very, very interesting article, John, and it really strikes me as a good time to kind of bring the heat,
Yeah.
I mean, if they're going to court, some of those charges are very serious charges. They're nothing to laugh about.
No.
And if they're going to court in part or in whole on their pushing their agenda to legislature, I mean, isn't that not what they did to us?
Yeah, totally.
And would it not be possible if we create a loud enough voice to be heard in that court?
Yeah. would have to be invited to the hearing, I believe.
Potentially get things turned around, and maybe possibly the funds that USARK has raised so far, they can use them to get themselves in that courtroom and testify against them, rather than starting an entire federal court case against them, which I'm sure would cost them a fraction of the amount.
Well, you have to have the attorneys working together, and that kind of thing, because this is basically RICO statutes were put into place to go after mobsters.
Yeah.
That's the reason they were put into place in the first representation of it. Why I know that doesn't matter. It just is.
Well, what about attempting to at least get a spot to testify as a witness, because this very thing that they're going to court for is something that we've been a victim of already. Maybe some bugs can be planted to get some people on our side subpoenaed or something to that case, possibly.
It's possible. You would have to get in contact with their attorneys. And then have to find some way to mix it in with the current case that's already there, because let's see, it says District Judge Emmett G. Sullivan did dismiss allegations of mail and wire fraud, but he did so only because Feld didn't have standing to file this charge. His ruling all but set the stage for a class action RICO lawsuit against HSUS for misrepresenting itself in its fundraising campaigns across the nation. The lawsuit easily could bankrupt HSUS, put it out of business, and send some of its top executives to prison.
That's the best news I've heard all year, John.
Yeah.
I mean, even though the word potentially is used, that is potentially the best news I've heard all year.
Yeah, there's a lot more to the story that we're not seeing. Because the lawyers from Feld Entertainment filed a countersuit. Exactly. With charges from bribery to money laundering to racketeering, so those are some pretty heavy charges.
Well, and it also says in there that the activist lawyer tried to get all the charges dismissed, but they were not all dismissed due to the overwhelming evidence against them.
Yeah.
So that's some more good news. So, okay, to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Blake Shelton's apology, while possibly disingenuous, is somewhat acceptable.
Yeah, it's acceptable.
Okay.
He said, okay, now that Turtlegate is over, I want to apologize for my ignorant joke. I never ran over a turtle. It wasn't even possible. Now, see, if he had just come right out in the very beginning, when I asked, instead of telling me to, brush my teeth, comb my hair, go to a bar, and hurry.
Yeah. No problem.
I would have been like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the joke was still in poor taste, Blake. I get it.
Yeah.
The way he was reacting to not only myself, but other professionals, in the university industry and worldwide, really.
John, I still, as of right this second, have not received a response from him to anything.
I actually responded to that tweet. Oh, I'll be darned. If I'm not mistaken, they deleted it.
Deleted his apology?
No, deleted my response. Or blocked it. One of the two. Well, it was there. Anyway, I just said thank you. That's all I said. But evidently somebody didn't like it.
They've heard enough from you, John, for the rest of the year.
I would presume so. Yeah. I would definitely make that presumption.
So, and I mean, as far as this other thing with the HSUS goes, I'm corrected in assuming that this could be an opportune time to attempt to reverse this while not spending the vast amount of funds that we previously thought we may have had to spend to do so.
And again,
or at least it would be a good time to step up and be heard.
No, it definitely would be. It definitely would be. We have really, yes, there's other quote-unquote entities in the works, what I'm understanding, but right now we only have one, and that's USARK.
Exactly.
That is actually, fighting in Congress and, all this other stuff. So it would take the backing of Andrew and his staff to actually, because they understand all the legalities of it.
Yeah, exactly.
We can raise holy hell.
And
District Judge Sullivan, he doesn't give two shits about what we say.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not in the court. It's all hearsay and banter, and doesn't mean squat. That's the sad fact of the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
So unless our quote-unquote representatives get on the ball and do something, it's not going to happen.
Well, but the hell we could raise may not be towards the court system itself, but to our representatives to get them to get up and do something.
Could be.
I mean, I'm sure you and I sitting here talking about this, or even a handful of other people talking about it, are not going to do anything. But if we had 5,000 people overnight start contacting them and pushing them to try to get in on this, you know, it might sway things a little bit.
You know, and again, if this does go to trial, and, you know, it gets seen by a jury, that jury cannot have any outside contact with or have any influence.
Yeah.
You know, so they can't. If they've seen us in our, you know, bantering back and forth, they can't be on the jury. So, you know, it's really a catch-22.
Now, is it a jury trial though?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's options. Options are good to have.
Yeah.
So,
you know, and as far as myself personally, I would let it ride, because Feld Entertainment has millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And I'm sure. Well, I can't say I'm sure. I'm confident that they will actually get it done and handle it.
Yeah.
What I'd really like to see people focus on is the actual rattlesnake roundups. But
So you think if I'm understanding you correctly, the best outcome about this is to go ahead and let a judgment be made, and then try to reverse the ban based on the judgment that was already made.
Well, see, just what we're looking at here though is two different things. Because they're basically the circus is going after them for essentially talking a bunch of smack about them.
Okay.
That's what it really boils down to. Is the HSUS went out, ran their mouth about crap that they weren't prepared to back up, and so Feld Entertainment got real smart and said, you know what, we're going to investigate the HSUS.
Well, but it specifically says in that article, if we're reading the same one, about them using their agenda to push legislation on people, which is exactly what they did with us.
Well, actually what it says is, so in early August, HSUS will be facing the music in a case that should attract the attention of hunters, ranchers, farmers, and anyone impacted by HSUS radical animal rights agenda. Well, it says in the first sentence, it says, the Humane Society of the United States, an organization that does next to nothing for animal shelters, but sues, badgers, and lobbies politicians and businesses in adopting its radical animal rights agenda, is getting a taste of its own medicine.
There you go. That's probably the part that I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just saying it should attract the attention of all these other individuals. Well, that's fantastic. You can have all the attention you want. You know, they've had all this attention.
Yeah, but
you know, we've stood in front of federal. Our community has anyway.
Here's the thing, John. I think that, and this goes right along with what we were saying just a few minutes ago about, you know, all this attention to Blake Shelton and no attention to something like Rattlesnake Roundup.
Yeah.
I don't think like an industry that's got as much power as like the agricultural industry does.
No.
I don't think they give two shits about us losing our snakes, but if this really catches their, you know, I mean, maybe there's a potential to band industries together to work towards undoing a lot of the stuff that they've done, whereas under normal circumstances, these other industries that have a lot more money and power than us wouldn't care about us.
Okay, say that again?
Okay, I'll start at the beginning. The cattle industry, for example.
Right.
The cattle industry has a lot more money than the reptile industry has.
Yeah.
And the cattle industry doesn't give two shits about us losing our pets. They care about them being able to raise and butcher and sell their cattle. That's what they do. That's what they care about.
Yeah.
But if they're anti-pet legislation and everything, and anti-cattle or agriculture, whatever, you know, if this lawsuit here catches the attention of enough industries, and those industries band together in an attempt to undo what's been done, maybe we'd have a little bit better backing behind us.
Oh, sure. But who's going to convince them?
Oh boy, don't ask me that.
See, this is the thing, is everybody has, you know, forethought and what have you, but nobody's got, you know, the end-all solution.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and that's, you know, will you ever get to the point where we will undo the Python ban?
Oh boy, that's a big undertaking, I believe.
You know, that's federal government.
Well, you see, the thing is this Python ban, it didn't happen overnight. This was years in the making.
Yeah. And
it's not going to be undone overnight either. You know, maybe what's going on with the HSUS right now gives us a little bit of ammo against them, when for all these years we've done nothing but give them ammo against us.
And we still, you know,
we are still not perfect.
You know, we're still giving them ammo every day.
Exactly. Trust me, I talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, John, do me one more favor.
Yeah.
Repeat after me. You have to repeat after me, John. It's important, okay?
Uh-huh.
Say, my name is John F. Taylor.
My name is John F. Taylor.
And now you know what's going on in the reptile world.
And now you know what is going on in the reptile world.
Thank you very much.
What the hell did you just do?
I'm not sure you want to know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Excellent, I think. Watch your P's and Q's while we talk, okay?
What are you doing?
I'm testing something. You son of a bitch. Are you serious?
What the hell did you just do?
I'm not sure you want to know.